Today we're going to be reviewing the Derwent 72 Colored Pencils. I'm Jenny from Jenny's Crayon Collection. I help you guys find the coolest art supplies for whatever project you're doing. Today we're going over colored pencils and we're going to swatch them. And I like doing that so you guys know what you have at an easy glance. And then I'm going to color a little bit with them to kind of give you an idea of how they blend and how they color. So I hope you guys really enjoy this. I'm super grateful that Derwent sent these to me so that I could review them with you. At the time, 72 was like the most that you could get, but there has been 28 more that you can get. And you can buy like a separate pack for those, or you can buy them open stock. So you can get all of the Derwent Lightfast. And they asked me which ones I wanted to do, and I chose the Lightfast because I felt like they were super similar to the Polychromos and the Prismacolor, and a lot of you guys already like those, so I just wanted to give you another option. And these are new from England. They came over and they're going to be available here. So it's just another option of colored pencil to color with, and these are super popular. Derwent also has a bunch of other colored pencil lines, and it can be a little bit confusing. And their lines are like consistent across. And I'm just gonna let you know what their other lines are. I found about like 9 of them. They have like a watercolor, the Lightfast, which I have, Artist Color, Studio, Graphic Tint, Color Soft, Inktense, Charcoal, and Pro Color. And Inktense and Color Soft are some of the other popular ones. Color Soft is on the cheaper price point, and Inktense would be like a watercolor pencil. Their Artist Colored Pencil, I need to ask them and see if they're kind of phasing that one out. That one has more colors than the Lightfast, but the Lightfast is made because then the colors have Lightfast. So if you're gonna pick a pencil set up, I would probably pick up the Lightfast, because if you want your work to last, then I would use the Lightfast. Then you don't have to like figure out if some of those colors from like the Artist colored pencils are Lightfast. But that's just my 2 cents on that. Let's get going and see these colored pencils in action. I've created this swatch chart so we can swatch our Derwent Lightfast colored pencils. I'm really excited to see all these colors. Look at this. These are the pencils. Here's the little brochure that goes with it, and it'll tell you which pencils come in which pack. And I can also put something like this on my website so you guys can know. And they have all these new colors. There's a 12 pack, 24, 36, 48, 72, and 100. They just came to the US this year. It's super exciting. They always start with yellow. I don't know why, but I like my chart to go in a circle. And it's not like 100% accurate either, because of course it would be like crazy everywhere if I did it like by the color. But here it is. They're super thick. And look at that core. That core is awesome. Let's see how much pigment we get out of these. On here, we'll have banana. A Lightfast one. Okay, that just means like the level of Lightfastness it has. Let's look in our little book. 1 is pass, 3 is fail. So all of these, if it has a 1 or a 2, it's gonna have the right color, so it'll be Lightfast. They also have numbers, but the numbers are not on the pencil. That's interesting to note. So it's a good thing I put in the names also, so that way we can see that. So let's start with Sun Yellow. So I'm gonna push down pretty heavy. Ooh, we do get a lot of pigment, and I like my swatches to be a little outside the lines. This is the bamboo paper from Hanamura, and so it's good for pencil, charcoal, and red ochre. And what you can do is, if you get little things like this, is you can come through and blend them out together. But I just wanted to do it on this paper because this is a special paper for this. So go on to banana next. Oh wow, that is pigmented. So how I did this, on their website they have the color swatches, and I just went and printed it out and kind of arranged it. Champagne. It's a little bit lighter, but you can still see that we have colors coming through. The lighter colors are really good for blending with one another, and we'll look at that today. Mustard. So after we do this, we'll do a couple blend tests. Oh, look at how pretty that is. Maybe these two can mix up a little bit. And that's what I'll do too. You can download Amber Gold. You can download this worksheet after I'm done with it, this swatch chart. So that way you can have it for yourself. And if you don't have all the colors, you can fill in what you have. Flame. I put it all the way over here. Interesting. I'll just have a little bit of a... maybe it should go over there. I don't know. We'll see. I might move everything around. I had to get the grays in here too, so that presented a little bit. Look at how red that is. That is so cool. This is a lot of pigment that's coming down. And these are Lightfast. What Lightfast means is that it won't fade with sunlight and stuff like that. Strawberry. And right above this one. And the colors are different shades, which is always important when you're getting a set that's larger, because you don't want to waste your money. Scarlet. And get a set that has duplicate colors. You're like, well, why did I pay, you know, so and so how much for those pencils? Cherry red. These are super pretty. Oh, I'm already super excited to see how this swatch chart is going to turn out. It goes down really super easy. You can see you get a ton of coverage. A lot of pigment. Merlot. That one's more of a brown. Huh. I think I had like a brown violet tint to it, so that's why it's up there. Flush pink. You know, I honestly did not see this one, I don't think, when I was doing this. So I'm wondering if it's Pale Peach. So what we're going to do is we're just going to leave this one outside for a minute, because sometimes they are renaming these. Salmon. Salmon's right here. I bet that one is Pale Peach. Like I said, I did not grab the color names from these, Dusty Pink. I grabbed them from online. We look at those would look really good blended together. And also too, yeah, when you're looking at colored pencils, you want to look for ones that would be good for skin tones. Oyster. So you want to get, this would be good for a darker skin tone, lighter skin tones. Oh, oyster's right here. It's almost white. Look at that. It's got like a little bit of a pinkish undertone to it. Deep rose right next to it. Pretty, pretty. We've got the purple. It's interesting, in this set they have purple and they have violet. But look at how that purple, that's why I put these two together. That does look a little red next to it. Look at that purple, almost looks a little bit brown. I'll show you. It does say purple on here. That purple is definitely different than a normal purple. I think it would be really cool. Mars Violet would be to do like all the purples from like every single purple that I have one time, or every single red, and just kind of look at all of them. Heather. Oh yeah, these two could probably be exchanged. And I'll say the swatches probably on their website aren't 100% accurate. Wild Lavender. And a lot of you have asked how I make swatch charts. Actually find the hex numbers. I will say the hex numbers always aren't 100%, because even look at here, like your hex could be here or your hex could be here. Hex are the codes, like if you're entering it into a program online. Nightshade if you're doing website development or such. That is almost looking black. Wow. But next to the purple, that purple's got a red hue, and that one's got like a little bluish hue to it. Violet. So that was not, I'm sure maybe Mars Violet is over here somewhere. Well, we'll know what we're missing at the end. But that one definitely looks more like the purple I'm used to. But like Crayola Blue Violet, they just have violet and purple the same. That's a pretty blue violet. Like again, I could probably mix those. I could probably move those around, and I will when I update this, so that way you guys can download it and make your own swatch chart. So we'll do a blending test and also color with these deep blue. It's gonna be up here, and I'm trying my best not to smudge as I go. See, like, if I went like that, it would smudge. So trying just to move my hands. Sapphire. Oh, that's pretty blue. These are beautiful colors. I really don't think the swatches online do them justice. Look at how beautiful these are. Denim. Mid blue, 70%. Oh, so online it didn't have that 70%. I'll add that in there. Yeah, that's like, oh, calling it mid blue because it's in between green and blue, I imagine. It wasn't quite as sharp as the other ones. I wonder if it broke off. Midnight blue. Hopefully I don't get a mid blue regular percentage. I guess I kind of made that assumption, but since I just made the chart, that one definitely is a little greener. We have Arctic. Oh, this one's super light, but this one would be good for blending if you want it to have slightly a bluish hue. And I will test these also on black paper. Do a black paper test. Dark indigo. Because some of these lighter ones might show up. Oh gosh, that one probably could be moved too. That almost looks black. And I did put black down here just because I was trying to put this together, and it really depends, ocean blue, and what colors you have available, but try to make it as good as possible, but then sometimes you'll have to just move things around. And dark turquoise. Oh yeah, that one's pretty. But like, I probably wouldn't normally put that one close to that one. But also, like, on the inside, I try to put the less saturated. So that one's definitely less saturated than that. And then this one, if you were gonna just do a line, I'd probably put this one in a line over here, and then maybe these two even in different lines. Like aqua, but then my chart would be huge, and it won't look as good. Okay, so I'm not seeing a light aqua, I'm seeing an aqua, so I'm just gonna put it here for now. Turquoise green. Some of these colors probably could have changed names since I got them. I'm thinking these might look really good on black paper. We'll definitely check that out. Mallard green. I do have some cardstock that's black, so I'll pull that out. We can do those. All right, so these are a little bit flimsy. I don't know if the new packaging is any different. Vivid green right here. Pretty. Oh gosh, these are beautiful. Spruce green. Kind of why you have more expensive colored pencils and markers and stuff like that is, okay, let's liken it to chocolate. So my favorite chocolate is Theo chocolate, and why? Okay, have you ever tasted really good chocolate and then, not knocking Hershey's, but sometimes Racing Green, sometimes some of those chocolates can taste a little bit waxy. So what happens is kind of the same concept, where there's the thing called cocoa butter, grass green, and what happens is a lot of the times the cocoa butter is taken out. So you have cocoa that comes into a factory, and they take out the cocoa butter, grass green 70%, so they can, oh yeah, that is different. So they can sell it for a lot more money, because that cocoa butter goes to be used in other things. So they put in foliage. They put in kind of like a filler for chocolate, that's less expensive. It doesn't taste as good as the actual cocoa butter. Forest. I think Forest is over here somewhere, yeah. 'Cause yeah, it's almost gray. Try to put the green grays down here and the blue grays up there. Oh, Mars Violet's down there. We were looking for that one earlier. Probably don't need to be down there. Yeah, I definitely need to move this one up. Probably all that down. They put in this filler for chocolate. Well, Theo Chocolate, what they do is they put in the cocoa butter seaweed. They don't put in a filler, so you taste this chocolate. It's more expensive. Then you can really taste the chocolate because that cocoa butter is in it. Well, it's kind of the same thing, light bronze, with colored pencils. And I don't have all of the, I could probably go look at some of the patents for it. But what happens is pigment is an expensive thing when you're dealing with colored pencils, when you're dealing with markers, all that stuff. So the more pigment you have in your colored pencils or your markers, the more it's gonna cost. Yellow ochre, because there's not as much of that filler, because you can put in filler wax, the oil, whatever. Also, you don't want to put in too much pigment because then it won't stay on the page. Because if you've ever seen pigment, it's just like a powder. So you have to have that binder to put it on the page. So there's definitely room for variability there. Sandstone. Oh, it is one word. I'll fix that. But the more pigment you have, the more expensive your colored pencils are going to be, the more expensive your markers are going to be. So that's why Persian gray, that's why some markers and such are so, and colored pencils are so expensive. And these are definitely on the more expensive range. But you can already see the pigment that's going into here on the paper. Persian orange. Oh, right there. Oh yeah, that's kind of red. Okay, definitely room to move things around a little bit, but it is kind of brown. Burnt sienna. Maybe I can move the orange up. It won't look so bad. Okay. Mars orange. These would be really good skin tone ones down here. Sienna. Venetian red. Ruby earth. Probably move this one up here, some of these down in here. But I will work on that one for you. Sepia, and then parentheses red, so that's interesting. Oh, that one's definitely more brown, so I'll move it down. Like I said, I pulled their little charts offline, so it wasn't 100% accurate. Natural brown, but I will fix that for you guys. So then it is not an issue. Chocolate. Dyke brown. I've seen this color in a lot. I'll have to research why it's called this. I wonder if the person, probably the person that found this pigment was named Van Dyke. Fossil gray. Warm gray. Oh yeah, it's gonna be down here. almost done. Moonstone. My daughter, it was so funny. My daughter has a wolf that she named Moonstone. One of those from Target. And it's the same color. And I was like, hey, look. Moonstone. She's like, what? It's the same color. It was so cool. Little did she know there was a color out there called Moonstone. Granite. Look at that pigment right there. Platinum. Yeah, I guess I could have just done a line of grays up here, but then some of these are like hard to tell if they're gray or cloud gray. Oh, it does have a little bit of a reddish hue. If they're gray or if they're brown or if they're a different color. Mist. Yeah, I will definitely change this around for you guys so it looks better. Mars Black. It's got a little bit of a reddish hue to it. Midnight Black is all the way up here because it's on the more the bluish hues that I saw. I thought Mist was more on the reddish, but it's more on this one. And Fossil Gray is, so maybe I'll just change Fossil Gray and Mist. This one has a little bit of a reddish undertone too. So maybe these two, kind of play with these up here and then move this up here. I'll make it look good for you guys. Black. And then we have white. So those two, yep, I was probably right on the Pale Peach being renamed. So if you have an older box, you'll get that light aqua. So I'm wondering, so I can probably move this one down here. Maybe they changed what was in here. I'll change that to like aqua so it's more accurate there. And then this one is Flesh Pink, which is also Pale Peach. Yeah, that looks nice. So let's look in this book for just a minute. So if we come over here, I just want to see real fast. Yeah, they still have Flesh Pink in here. And then the other one was Aqua. They have light Aqua in here. I do not see an Aqua in here. So that, I'm guessing it is supposed to be Aqua. So here are the, on white paper, here are the Derwent Lightfast Colored Pencils Swatches. Which one is your favorite? There's a ton of pigment. There's a lot of light ones that you can do some blending with, but not too many that it like overpowers the others. And there are more colors available. It'd be interesting to get those and put those in with this chart. Here's the black paper. We'll see how these do on black paper. All right, so I have no idea. I've never tried this before. Yep, we're getting some pigment with the yellow. I'm not going to label these, but you could go back. And I'm just doing the order that they are in the box so we can do this super fast. But look at that. I'm getting lots of pigment. Do they look different? So sometimes on black paper, your pigments won't be terribly different, but these are definitely showing up even more than I thought they would. Look at that, even that red that's dark showing up. So these yellows look similar. These reds are looking different. This would be really cool. This is where, as I was talking about, like with the more expensive colored pencils with the pigment, we should do a test, a black paper test for all the different ones. But even look at that, that's a dark color right there and it's coming through. That one's a lighter one. So you're gonna, like on the light paper, you don't see that as much. And you can go back and label these. That way you can know which one is which. Actually, I'm gonna come back and fill that in a little bit. But these two look super similar. So sometimes with these lighter colors, it's gonna look similar. And we'll start on this one. Oh, I still see that color. Okay, these, for this reason alone, the fact that you can see them on this paper, that is amazing. Oh, look at how good that one comes out. You can do a lot of amazing things with these on this paper. I didn't leave a ton of room, but if you're doing this on your own, leave more room. You could also download the worksheet that I did. Okay, that one you can't see as well. So there are a few probably of the super dark colors, but what you could do, and we'll look at that at the bottom, like do a blending test. So some of these darker ones you can't see as well, but you could blend them together with like some of the lighter colors, and we'll try that down below. See, like these two might look really cool together if you blended them. But you can still see the colors on the paper. Okay, so maybe this one and this one. We'll try that. Oh, look at that one. So is it that much difference than the one above it? I wonder, like, we'll try a few down below. We'll just get these all out. That one's super pretty. So like your dark turquoise. Ooh, look at that one. I love that one on that paper. Okay, we're gonna get rid of this box. These aren't super in order or anything. It's just the order they come in the box. Okay. So some of these darker ones, but ooh, look at that grass green on there. So what you could do too is like identify the colors that look really good on black paper. Look at those ones and use those. So maybe some of these darker ones don't use as much. But like even that one comes up pretty. Look at that one. Does it look that much different than that one? A little bit. You definitely see there's a ton of contrast of color variants in all of these. To have a white Posca pen, or you could try using the edge of a pencil tip. It might not come out as well, but I have a Posca pen I just bought, and I can just label those. Ooh, look at that one. That's beautiful. All these browns. Pretty brown again. We are getting close. I'm sure this one will come out yet. But is it that much different? So maybe you could put like all the whites together and see the ones that kind of come out white on this paper. And maybe you could use the opposite for the the dark colors. You could use those for blending. Like you use the white on the light paper. So those ones are all kind of looking variations of different. Oh, so pretty. that one you can't see as well, but another one that you could kind of use. Or if you did want to have a black, but you wanted not just to have the black paper, you could do that color. Okay, so down below, we're gonna try our blending test. So I was going to choose those two blues that I really liked over here. So I believe, let's see, it was dark turquoise and maybe Arctic. Yeah, okay. So what we'll do is we'll put our dark turquoise down here. Okay. And then we'll make it go a little bit longer since it's a darker color. And then we'll bring this one in over it. Look at that. And then you just kind of work it in a little bit. Then you can bring this color back in. And do you see how you get that different color too right in here? Just kind of work it in a little bit. Really getting that different color in. So you can bring out, look at that, that is beautiful. I'll pull it up to the camera so you guys can see it. See how that blending went? But I really created this beautiful color that's not up here with that one. So let's try that maybe with, let's choose one of these really dark ones over here. And again with this blue to see the other blues that we can have in here. So this is a darker one. It's the dark indigo. So let's see if we can bring out like a purple out of here with this one. Oh, actually that one looks kind of blue too. I wonder if we still have some of the, yeah, we still have some of the blue on. Actually, it's a blue color, so it's gonna come in being a little blue. So if we want, we can pull in the white to this one to see what we can pull out of there. Oh, that's beautiful. Do you see how we are really getting that indigo color in there? So got like 3 shades of indigo right there, just within that set. There's some really cool things you can do with these pencils, especially on dark paper like this. You really get this gradient coming in, and it's just so beautiful. Imagine really pretty pictures with this, or artistry work. Do you like these colors better on the white or the black paper? It's really cool. So we'll have to do some blending tests over here. Maybe we'll just do them below too. So we'll pick 2 colors to come out. Maybe we'll try the same ones we tried. Actually, I'm gonna try turquoise, dark turquoise, and this aqua to see what it looks like down below. So I'm gonna come in with this one. Then I'm gonna come like this, just like we did. Oh, look at that. That's so beautiful. It's like we're creating these new colors right here. And just kind of trying to get it in there a little bit with this lighter color. And you can kind of come back in, bring it in with that one. That's beautiful. This is what the power of these pencils can do. I'm gonna try a purple. Oh, the violet, because I think the violet would actually be violet. So actually the violet is violet. So we'll take this violet, and I'm gonna use violet with white actually to see the gradient that we can get with violet. So we tried 2 colors that were different colors. Now we're trying it with the white to kind of, it still has a little bit of that blue on it. So if you're using these, oh, look at how beautiful that brings in that violet. Look at how pretty that is. And we can just kind of, that is so pretty. So that's where your power of these pencils can come in, is when you're blending with them, they're gonna look beautiful. I'm just getting some of that here. Flakes off of there. These are beautiful pencils. I feel like they're pretty by themselves, but when you start to do some of these other cool tricks with them, like even if I come up here and I do, so I I kind of go around in a circle. I could go through and do that with all of them, but that's where you really get the power of these pencils. And you can come over and do another shade. So what if I just did a light? Let's say I just did a light color and then I did another light color on top of it. Let's try that. So this is violet. We'll pull in maybe this wild lavender to it. Or heather. Yeah, we can pull in this heather to it. Just kind of see what we get. So we're creating a brand new color right here. Just kind of going around in a circle to really kind of solidify that pigment. Look at that. I created a brand new color with these colored pencils by combining two colors together. So we'll definitely have to do a blending part with these. But this is amazing. I love these pencils. We are gonna just color a little bit. I picked a page that was kind of small, so maybe we can just color a little bit from Joanna Basford, Worlds of Wonder. I think this is her new coloring book for the year. We just have to choose which one we want to do. I think I'm gonna do this one with some yellows and some greens. So you just kind of choose. I think I'm going to do wild lavender and sun yellow mustard. Kind of get those gradients. I don't know if Derwent makes a colorless blender. It says what material? Oil based. So come over here, we have a whole bunch of these. This one works for oil. So this is I use this in a different video, Cran Dash. And then for the green, I'm going to probably pull in maybe the grass green and the vivid green. I like to plan my pages grass green and vivid green before I do them, so that way I'll know what it's going to look like a little bit, so I can get those color tones. I try not to do too many colors because I feel like it can sometimes overwhelm it, but those tips look good together, so I think they'll look good together on here. We're gonna pull in the white, maybe use the white with one of these to make it a little bit lighter, so we can get some shading. And then we'll use the Colorless Blender. So this is on smooth paper. This is on HP smooth paper. We'll see the difference. I feel like on this one, you pretty much want to use a blender or blend it with burnish it. That's where you go over it a few times. On this one, you don't have to as much, but we still will. We're gonna do all the leaves with this green and then go over it with the other one. So I'm just gonna come in here, lightly go over all of these, and then we'll put in look how smooth that is. Yeah, we won't need to blend it too much, I don't think. So what we can do then, we can come in with this vivid green. Just see how I'm doing this, like putting in a little bit of this shadow. But then you can come back over it with this one. You can do like two colors blended together, just so we kind of get a little bit of that shadow going in there, and taper it off a little bit on the inside. Just kind of come in here, color it in, put our shadows in with that other one. These are very nice colored pencils. And I like to do two colors when I'm doing colored pencils, because then you are able to get that gradient. Then you can also like apply it darker up here. That's another way to get that gradient without having two pencils. Just kind of push down a little bit darker. Actually, I kind of like that. These are beautiful colored pencils, I can tell you that. Just using them, like, super easy to blend, super easy to use. Look at that. Oh, so beautiful. I'm going to do these with the purple. It'll look super pretty. I might not even need the blender on here. I think the blender might be for the paper that's a little bit rougher. This one, it blends so well together. And we'll definitely pull in the deeper ones at the outer part of the leaves. This is maybe where we could come in with that white. Almost give it like a glimmer on the inside. That's so pretty. What do you guys think? I love these pencils. They're pretty. So I feel feel like if I had the 100, I would have a larger palette to choose from, and that would be kind of nice. Like I said, these are just new, getting here. Our Color Soft coming too. So have you guys used Color Soft before? This one, though, like I said earlier, it won't, the light fastness is great. And I might bring in, oh, I don't know if I should bring in the violet. That might be too much. Normally I would try this out on, you can just bring it kind of into the tips a little bit. I don't know if you can even tell. Barely touching it, like, there we go. Just to give it a little bit more. Just give my tips a little bit more. There we go. So we get that gradient, really get that gradient of color going on. And then you can, where did the, bring it into with this blender a little bit. I always like to go in the direction of like coloring. Then we'll go over these with the yellow. That'll really make them pop. So these ones I'm just gonna fill in. Okay, I'm gonna fill in the center with the yellow too. Okay, I see a few greens that I missed. That will happen as you go through. I should do a swatch chart for these on the smooth paper also, see how different it is. Now we want to get our gradients into this. Just going to fill these in with the champagne. So we're still getting a yellow, but not. And I'm wondering if we can bring in one of these browns. Just bringing in sandstone. Ooh, I like that. Making a new color with that one. I think that the power in these pencils lies in how you combine them. Get a lot of different colors than are on there. So then now we're just gonna go over these tips really dark so we can have that gradient on the flowers. I do these purple again, and so bringing this in, I could just say these are gonna be super dark purple flowers. So then I keep like the purple in there, the purple tones. I don't know if these ones are my favorite ones I've done. Okay. But they are in the same palette and they look really cool. And then I think what I'll do is bring in this brown. I'll kind of show you what I mean. So we're gonna color it light here. This is already in the piece. Okay, then we're gonna bring in this other yellow. See how I'm kind of like bringing it together like this? Kind of bring it in, then we can do this middle one yellow. Put a little bit of white in it. Then this time, we'll bring the brown kind of around these leaves a little bit. We're gonna have to really blend that in a little bit more. I'm gonna show you what I'm thinking. Just making the outline right now. Push a little bit lighter as you get to the center so it kind of blends. Oh, that's pretty. I want to do it with all of these ones. I might. We'll see. And then I'm going to come back over here. Just kind of go in a circular motion where those two meet. So you kind of lose that point, that edge point of where they're at. See? Oh, I like that. That turned out super pretty. I am going to go around the outer, these other ones, just barely. Give them a little bit more depth coming in. These pencils are definitely super nice, super easy, but I haven't really even needed to use my blender pencil because I can blend the two together. I definitely like that brown coming in a little bit more. And I've basically used 3 color tones in this picture. Flowers are not perfect in nature either. So we're gonna come back in this one, just fill it in. I just wanna make sure that that center stays kind of white. Here is my picture. Look at how pretty. That is amazing. Those pencils are super pretty. I would highly recommend them. We see how they are on smooth paper. This is on bamboo paper, which would be really good. You might have to do a little bit more blending, but they will blend with each other super easy. And this is on black paper. So what did you like? Did you like the black paper, or did you like the white paper better, or do you like coloring on smooth better? And what is your favorite color out of these? I feel like you can get so many color tones with these just by blending them together. Like this one right here. I hope you guys really liked this video. If you did, hit that like button below. Watch some of my other videos. I have videos on Holbein, on Crayola colored pencils, on Prismacolor pencils, on polychromos, so I've swatched a lot of those. I have some swatch charts out there for you. You can download this one. I will fix some of these things, like moving this down here and moving this up here for you, so that when you get it, it will be perfect. I really love to get all 100 of these and see what the color palette is like then, but I feel like it's super beautiful. There's a lot that you can do with these, and I hope you guys like this video, and we'll see you in the next video.